The architecture presented in this video responds to a telemonitoring system specialized in the field of health and the promotion of healthy habits. Adapting these three essential components of any telemonitoring system, we extrapolate this structure to a telemonitoring system of healthy aspects and habits, made up of three subsystems: the mobile subsystem, the supervisor, and cloud. The mobile subsystem will be the main tool that monitored user will use to track the process. This subsystem is formed by the graphic interface module, with which the user can make use of the subsystem functionalities. This module is connected to the data collection module, subcomposed by a component for the data collection through the interaction with the user. This module also consists of the data collected from sensor component, which automatically collects data through the sensors that users use. The data collected will be transformed and processed by the data processing module in order to interpret the previously obtained data. This module will connect directly with the data synchronization module, which will store the data locally and synchronize it in the cloud subsystem. To carry out the synchronization of the data, a network connection module will be used that will manage all the external accesses of this subsystem. In parallel to everything explained, the professional support module and the e-coaching will take care of the supervision and guidance of the healthy aspects of the monitored user. Inside, we can highlight the e-coaching component, the professional personal advice component, and the goal component. The e-coaching component will analyze the guidelines of the monitored user to predict behaviors and offer guidance to the user. The professional personal advice component will serve as a direct communication with the supervisor in charge of the user through messaging or other means of communication at their own free choice. The goal component will show and analyze the requirement proposed by the supervisor based on the user's activity and monitoring. The network module is responsible for synchronizing the new guidelines and professional guides, communicating with the professional support and e-coaching module. The supervisor subsystem will be the main tool that supervisor will use to monitor the users. This subsystem is formed by the graphical interface module, with which the professional can make use of the subsystem functionalities, such as the management of the users, the guidelines, the monitored entities, and also for setting up action plans for each user after the analysis of the data collected. As a mechanism to minimize failures, the session data collected in the graphical interface will be stored in local storage. After storing the data, it will be sent through the network module, doing the same operation in reverse when the data is synchronized from the cloud subsystem. The cloud subsystem will be the main tool responsible for storing the data and connecting the other two subsystems. This subsystem consists of the API module responsible for receiving and responding to requests from external subsystems and for delegating to the necessary controllers. The controller module is in charge of handling the delegations from the API module and managing the service that is being requested by going to the specific component of the data processing module. The data processing module is responsible for managing and storing the data locally, to deal and offer them to the higher modules in order to respond to the request made in the beginning.